Aha! Welcome, and good evening, everybody. Running slightly behind today, but welcome to this week's episode of FAE News Network here on FAE Productions. I'm your host, Fairy Princess Lolly, and tonight I'm here with a whole big crew of everybody. So I'm here with Ion the Leprechaun. Yes, wave hello, waiting for you. Okay. And Famous Dana the Boggin.
Hi.
And Stormy Faye, who has our like and subscribe button over her face, but I've removed that now. We also Count Morbid and Frank down there in the corner. And yes, festive Sir Kieran, I am thrilled. You look great.
Oh, why, thank you, my princess. And I'm joined today by my squire, Basil. He's going to handle some engineering. So if you guys want to look anything up, he can. Basil, say hi. So yeah, if you have any engineering you want done, we can delegate tasks now.
That is fabulous. The house Lou, who is talking in the background, wants to know whether or not a squire is like a house elf, but with more clothing.
I would hope so. I'm getting tired of seeing Lou walk around like that.
And of course,
I think they're a bit different. I think more of a house warrior, really, more of a house servant warrior.
A house servant warrior.
I suppose it's similar. Why not? They don't really do your laundry though, like a house elf does. They'll clean your chainmail, but they don't touch clothing.
Fair enough. He says, "Don't hand him a sock, just in case." I guess.
So you're saying he's better with oil than soap?
I have no idea, and also Baron Gunther von Krampus is what that says. I can see you down there. And you're flashing, Stormy. It is distracting AF.
She's distracting right there in Cleveland, and I'm and I got the thing going on over my head.
I'm sure when I get mine. When do I get mine? So
you will have yours. You will have yours next week.
Yay! I see you, Cobble. Hello.
Hello, Cobble.
Yes. Whoo-wee. So, wow, this week has been like a super busy week, and I'm really, really excited to tell you guys what happened to me a couple of days ago. But before I jump into that, as you all know, we have our obligatory things to get out of the way first. Please hit the like and subscribe button, ring the bell if you would like to get notifications of our future shows. We do 3 shows a week. The next one will be on Friday for Author Reads, followed by Handmade Home Shopping on Sunday. So you don't want to miss those. And second, tonight's show is sponsored by Pixies Potions. And Pixies Potions is a single mom run Tacoma-based business focused on healthy alternatives for everyday personal care and pain relief products. They feature high-quality, responsibly sourced ingredients from Better Shea Butter, Majestic Pure Essential Oils, and Nature's Best CBD. They also specialize in small batch, handcrafted body, face, and beard care gentleman products, including their signature CBD pain relief. So please check them out online at www.pixiespotions.com. It's there in the ticker. It is also in the low bar, so if you look into the description or use a little arrow to expand, you should be able to find links to them there. And also, if you are in the Tacoma area, you can use a coupon code LOCALDELIVER, all one word, and they will give you free local delivery for orders over $20 within a 20-mile radius of Tacoma, Washington. So check them out. That is still out there for you guys to get great stocking stuffer types of things for our holiday season. And with that said, ta-da! Here we are!
Yay, all right, we made it!
Okay, so do I just get to jump into telling you what my story is for tonight?
No.
No? Nobody wants to hear?
Well,
all right,
typically write a segue.
You gotta get a good segue. You can't just be like, I'm jumping in. It's just, that's cold water, man.
That's how you get soaking wet in the pool.
Wait, what?
That's how you get soaking wet in the pool, is you jump in.
Aha, there's our humbug. No, I feel like there's been actually so many things going on because it is leading into Yuletide, and we just have a bunch of stuff that's happening and planning and stuff and things. So right now, and today I had to go to the Tooth Fairy right before the show, and so my teeth feel extra shiny and pretty.
Mine too.
I do not like going to the Tooth Fairy, and it has given me high levels of anxiety this evening. So that is what I'm trying to struggle with. Okay. Shh. How's Lou? Shh. Yes, I do. Actually, check this out. My mug tonight matches my outfit. Isn't that kind of cool? Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys my story.
Please do.
It's about 3 inches out of reach from where. Here, give me a
Your
second.
story is? That's
Yes.
terrible.
Okay. No, this is my story for tonight. So I wish I could remember some where in the Wayback Time Machine and who it was that this story actually begins with, because it actually begins with somebody out there in yon audience sharing to me a link on the interwebs for a book. And the book that they were sharing a link for was called the Troll Cookbook. So I click the link and I go and I look at the Troll Cookbook, and the Troll Cookbook is this awesome cookbook. Here's what it looks like. Okay. So
how many recipes to cook does it have?
That's not how a troll cookbook works.
you're
Basically, you're supposed to cook the
asking
book.
if I've opened it and looked at the food recipes. I have not. But I did read the introduction, which was filled with words and no food-like instructions. So, but I do know that there are some getting there. So anyway, so I go and I look at the Troll Cookbook, okay? And this is a couple months ago. So this story has been in its progress, but I didn't know it was going to be a story. Whatever the case, it is no longer in print, and it is like it's not available. You cannot buy it anymore from their website. So I turned to my trusty book sources of ABE books, where they sell, you know, old, archaic, a lot of expensive books usually, but also regular books. Anyway, you can find a lot of stuff there if you sometimes like used things. And so I go and look there, and it is not there. So I go to Amazon, and I think, well, maybe there is something on Amazon. And as it turns out, there is something on Amazon, and it is expensive. So expensive that I cannot buy this book outright. I must save my money. So I start saving my money, and I put it on my little book list so that I can come back to it and check on it and see. Now, there were several of them, and I will just tell you guys, they ranged basically at the lowest, it was $200, and at the highest, it was about $700 or $800 for this book. So yeah, and all of them used. None of these were new. So they're all used, and that's what they were going for. So I was reading the descriptions on the ones that were there, and one of them was signed by the authors. There's an author and illustrator here, and had an inscription on the inside. And I love to buy books that are inscribed, because I feel like then you kind of get this window into whoever previously had it, right? So I think that's kind of this cool secret little world and insight that you get. So I wanted the one that was inscribed by the authors that had been written in. So that's one of the one I put on my list. And then I waited for a couple of months and, you know, looked at it. Like I kind of put my mental stamp on it. Like, I want that book. Don't go anywhere. And it didn't. And so I bought it several weeks ago, because then it had to be shipped, right? So I finally had the money to buy the book, and I bought the book, and it got shipped to me, and it arrived 2 days ago. So 2 days ago, I posted my picture of this book on my Instagram. Now, this is the cover, and I'll just show you guys. Here is, I'll show you some of the pictures too, actually, because they're quite cool. And I said I was going to show. Maybe I should embiggen myself, do you think?
No.
No? I should stay tiny? Shh. I'm not saying it. Oh, did Gunnar say no? That clearly means yes. So it's all illustrated, and it's divided by seasons, actually. And it's just, this is a fabulous book. And so I was super thrilled to get a copy of it. And I will confess, I didn't pay the $700 rate. So I did, but so in the front of the book where the inscription is, because that would have been more than I'd ever paid for any book ever, I think. So here's the inscription, and you can see the inscription says, "Cheers, Ben, and to Ben." and then it has Clint and Karima, who are the authors and illustrators. And I posted a picture of that with the picture of the inscription on the inside of the book to my Instagram. And within hours, somebody replied on my Instagram and said, "I'm Ben." And then they sent me a private message and they said, "I'm Ben. You have my copy of that book that went missing a couple years ago." And so I think to myself, well, this is
I'm Fairy Princess Lolly. I pay for it. It's mine now, man.
Well, I will confess, it is the internet and anybody could be Ben, right? So I was skeptical, you have to kind of vet that. You can't just, anybody could be Ben. Well, as it turns out, I go and I do a little internet digging on Ben while I am talking back and forth. And Ben actually is one of the business partners of these two people, which I was quite able to find on internet. And what Ben wants to know is whether or not I will send him his book back to him if he gets me a replacement. And he says, I am friends with the author and illustrator, obviously, since he works with them. And he says, I can get you a copy because I know that they have a small stash of books that are left, and I will have them make out the inscription to you, to Princess Lolly, and I will have a sneeze. He says that then he'll send it to me, and when I receive it, then I can send him his book. And so I figure at this point, even if that wasn't the real Ben, although after the conversation that we had, I totally believe that this is the real Ben. I mean, the author commented and, on the whole thing from their official account, et cetera, et cetera. So I totally believe that this is the real Ben. And I'm so excited because so as it turns out, the story is that the book was stolen from Ben and then pawned off and fell into the hands of another bookseller. And that bookseller then at this point, it's maybe a couple years later or whatever, has priced it and then they sold it. And I bought it, posted a picture, and then Ben has found his original book that was stolen from him. And I feel so, I don't know, I guess kind of humbled a little bit to be in the process of getting this person's property returned to its rightful owner, right? It's like he put out in the world like the energy, like he was imprinted on this book, and it is via me making its way back to him. And I just think that is the coolest thing, and I'm really, really excited about it. So I'm holding on to it for now and waiting. He said it will probably be a couple of weeks before he's able to get all the signatures and everything in the other book, but he said, just go ahead and hold on to it, and I will work on getting a new one for you that is made out to you. And then I'll let you know when I'm going to ship it, so to keep an eye out for it. And I'm really excited. I just feel like that is the coolest story.
So slightly suggest that you get a picture.
It's like one of those Hallmark movies.
In the end, you got exactly what you wanted because you wanted an autographed book.
Yes, that I confess that is true. This is a long roundabout way to actually get a book autographed to myself, right? So, what was that, Count Morbid?
Well, I was going to say, politely inquire, basically say you would like a picture of the signature, which accidentally will also prove that it's real and you're not just mailing one out to someone.
Well, she's holding it for ransom until she gets the real one.
Yeah.
Also, I want to see what it looks like if Stormy turns off the lights where she is.
So
she just keeps decorating herself to keep it going, man.
Stormy's down there like, I was putting up lights today. Success.
Yeah.
All you need now, Stormy, is a tree topper for the top of your heads.
I think
The only thing that would have made that better if you went like this.
I have worries.
Turn the lights off.
I have worries about this whole agreement thing because don't you know you're not
plugged into the wall?
Okay,
open
wait.
into an agreement to say?
Wait, what? What is happening right now?
Stormy's plugged into the wall.
I'd ask Stormy to turn off the overhead lights, but I realize she's literally attached to the wall right now.
She can't find her way back if she turns the lights off.
Amusement for you guys.
It worked.
Okay.
She needs a clapper.
What were you saying, Sardana? Sardana.
Sardana? Ooh. I was saying that I have a problem with the whole book exchange agreement thing because, don't you know you're not supposed to go into open-ended agreements with Faye?
I mean, so you think that he should be more concerned about what I'm about to mail back to him?
I'm concerned about what you're about to mail back.
You might want to be concerned as well.
But I don't know that Ben is necessarily Faye. But the book.
You don't know that he's not.
Well,
I don't. That's true. I don't know that
work
he's
with
not.
people who made a
I'm just
troll
saying.
recipe book. I mean, I feel like he might not be
It was a
Monday.
gift to Ben. Ben didn't write it. It was from his business partners.
I feel like I'm suspect because someone wrote a recipe book on trolls.
He's already in a business agreement with people who made a troll recipe book.
True. Troll. Yeah, troll.
What if this is just a secret way for them to get access to Gunther because they need more trolls to cook?
Yeah, why are you buying an already been chewed book?
I'm telling you, that's not how troll cookbooks work. It's seriously all you do is cook the book and eat it. That's all.
So
Fairy Princess, I think you should do the Fae thing and autograph the book yourself underneath it, and so that way it documents the book's journey. That would be the Fae. He should have caution dealing with Fae, and you do the Fae thing.
You should
say hi, Ben. Nice meeting you.
He might not appreciate that, but I do want to point out one of the qualities of Gunther that I have always admired.
I smell like pine.
Marbling.
You know what?
Marbling. It's marbling is a very good quality in troll meat because it means that the flavor will be fantastic.
Oh my God.
Are you calling Gunther fat?
No, he's saying the fat is evenly distributed across his whole body. That's what the marbling is.
Woo!
So he's not
Yeah.
fat. He's just
like a Wagyu
he's just
troll.
thick.
Yes, he's like a Wagyu troll. Or he's a Kobe troll. Kobe troll is what I wanted to say.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Better. I'm sorry. Was I hard to hear before? I had it on the wrong speaker set and didn't even know, and nobody said anything.
We didn't know either.
Oh, well, that's good. Does it sound better or worse right now?
Sounds
indifferent.
Oh, good.
Same.
Woo. Well, there you go. And so, you know what I can do, though, because I've been thinking about this, right? I feel like when I send it back, I must send something along with it. So
That's normal. That is a normal thing. That'll happen.
She's down there. Fairy dust.
Yeah, if you order from the vault, expect that.
Glitter is a war crime.
I'm making warning stickers to put on my packaging to let them know, be careful when opening because pixie dust.
That's so cool. I want warning stickers too. That's the best.
Right? Some people don't like it, but I'm going to do it
You are
anyway.
a warning sticker.
Or at least need one.
Yeah, just ask Gunther.
Why would you say such a mean thing to me?
Have you met you?
What if we rigged up the box that you send the book in so that it sprays glitter everywhere when he opens the box and then the book right underneath?
Okay, but this is somebody that I want to be nice to.
I would love it to have me.
I think glitter would be an appropriate response from a fairy. Also, there are these toys you can get, these Nerf remote activated claymores that just kind of have a spring system that shoot darts everywhere. That would be perfect. Fill it full of glitter. Boom, there you go.
We had ones like that for butterflies. There were the butterflies flew out.
What's a claymore?
It's a
It's a little explosive that shoots
A
things
directed
What about
explosive.
It actually has a part. It has a part on it that says "point this way away from you," so you don't mess it up.
This side towards the enemy. Yeah.
Yes.
You guys have really gone I mean, I'm over here thinking, wouldn't it be nice if I just put like a little handmade bookmark or something in there with a little note written on it? And you guys are all spring-loaded claymore with glitter everywhere.
Get to the chopper.
What's wrong with you? Get on a chopper. Ow.
What is this? What is this? You should. No, I'm not putting a claymore mine of glitter into this.
You can get Nerf claymores.
You're not gonna put Nerf claymore. It's just all even gonna fit in a book. Are you crazy, man?
It's not going to happen. No.
At least send them a flyer for fairyblossom. Maybe they'll show up and bring paparazzi.
What about one of those pressed flying things that fly out of the book when you open it, like a butterfly?
I think
the
that's
paper
what
butterflies.
Stormy was suggesting. I had one of those somewhere. What did we use it for? We used
To
it for
put in a book to scare somebody with?
We used it in the scavenger hunt at the last Dumb Supper. Not the one.
That's right.
Not the virtual one.
I guess maybe that means it's in a box with all the other Dumb Supper things from.
I know where that's at.
Never mind the Nerf claymore idea. It turns out they're really expensive.
Oh. Do you actually know where that box is, Gunther?
Yeah.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah. I happen to know exactly where that box is, and I could probably go get it the next 10 minutes.
Well, so it's 8 o'clock, and we're supposed to bring our guest artist in. I'm really excited though for this story to like play out all the way to its end. I hope it goes. Let's see.
I don't know. It seems kind of sus.
I think I have some hiccups and need to take care of that.
So somebody on Twitch, Sir Kieran, wants to know what kind of toothpaste you're on. Are you huffing toothpaste, Sir Kieran? Is that a thing? Does that work on fairies? If you huff toothpaste, do you woo?
Why don't you try it and find out, Princess?
I have no desire to huff toothpaste.
I think that's just
Loist boy, that's it's not quite what that's not what I would huff. No.
By the way, speaking of which,
I'm on Tom's of Maine toothpaste.
So now we have to discover what it is that Sir Kieran does huff. Not toothpaste, but that
Nerf.
leaves a lot of things.
Fairy
He
dust,
huffs-
obviously.
huffs bikes. No. By the way, speaking of teeth, if the Dread Pirate Nanner is watching right now, go brush your teeth and don't argue with your parents.
You want me to show you what happens when you don't?
I feel like, have you met his parents? I mean,
yes, and they created
a monster. They created a monster.
If you've met his parents, he basically inherited their levels of.
So why would you tell him not to argue with them? That seems like an effort in futility.
Well, I also talk to you all the time, so.
Wow. Okay, Zing, you are just all kinds of full of zingers tonight, Count Morbid. Are you feeling Grinchly over there? Humbugly. All right.
Isn't that about normal for him?
A little bit.
I mean, but right now he probably has nightmares of the Who's in Whoville singing in his ears because of the season. So he's probably, more Grinchly than usual. So we must spin the Wheel of Win. And our artist last week, our guest artist, was Oak Tree FAE Arts. Mika was her name, and she offered up an 8x10 print of a painting that she was interested. Ooh, what is that terrible noise? Who's making noise? Okay, you're going on mute. No, that is loud. Okay, so anyway, she offered up an 8x10 print of a painting that she's just made. So we are going to do a drawing for that. And also, okay.
Who's doing that?
Gunther, and if he doesn't stop, I'll literally remove him from the stream. And then he won't be able to unmute himself.
Then he just end up showing up on one of your guys'
Well, it's frustrating because I'm trying to speak and talk about our guest artist, and he's making irritating noises in the background, and I can't speak over it with it.
Look, mute him and move on.
I did. He unmuted himself and did it some more.
I've been played for. I'm sorry.
So, okay. So, trying to get on with doing this. And, ooh, let me find my wheel. Cool news, though, to share with you guys. Now, I haven't heard back, so this little tidbit's going to have to wait till next week. However, you guys will all recall that last week, I'm pretty sure it was the week before last week, we had those cool Dragon Claw gloves. Well, the winner of the Dragon Claw gloves has failed to claim their prize, and therefore we can spin the wheel again and pick a new winner for the Dragon Claw gloves. So that will be exciting, and I didn't hear back from them. I was going to do it tonight, but I didn't hear back from the vendor in time for that. So I will do it next week. At least that's my going plan right now is to do it next week. So I think that is cool. I know so many people that wanted to get those. So you guys, you have yet another shot. That's very exciting. And here we go. I'm going to spin. Ooh. Chase Cranor, I hope I'm saying that right. You are the winner. Congratulations of the Queen Fisher portrait. That was the title of it, hence the magic word from last week. So, with that said, yes, congratulations, Chase. I'm just going to put that into comments. Okay. So, let's see. No Count Morbid, no Doom. Look at him. He's like, doom, 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 doom. With that, you guys, I see our guest artist down there in the wings, Keith. Yes, I see you down there. I'm bringing you in. Hello, Keith.
Hey, everybody.
How are you?
Hello.
Yes, well, welcome to FAE News with all of our cast, all right? Well, maybe not everybody, but a lot of us.
Sorry, I'm underdressed.
That's okay. You're gonna have to move around and show us things anyway, so it might be better that you.
Christmas lights.
The gentleman behind you is dressed just perfectly, though.
Exactly. And at least you're not stuck to the wall bound in Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Okay, what's up with that?
Is that guy ready to go night clubbing?
Maybe.
By the way, Fairy Princess Lolly, if you need to boot any of us to the side to give more focus to the vendor, thumbs up.
Check this out. Watch this. Yes, so Keith, you're slightly familiar with our procedure here. Please, if you will, introduce yourself to the audience.
Sure.
Tell us who you are and where you're from and a little bit about your business, and then show us your awesome art
Awesome.
craft.
Well, thank you again for having me on.
Of course.
My name is Keith, and I started StanleyForgeLeather after having a lot of time on my hands in March and April, just like everybody else. And I've always been into medieval fantasy, armor and dragons. Of course, after seeing the animated film of adaptation of The Hobbit when I was a kid in the 80s, that just kind of locked it in for me. So always loved dragons and anything medieval. And my dad taught me the basics of leather working when I was a kid and didn't really have a whole lot of interest in it. But, later on, I'm almost 40 now, and it sort of just kind of came up, and, I just decided to do this, made a huge shop, out of my garage. And so I just tool the leather and hand dye everything myself. And my main inspiration is an artist named Prince Armory, and some of the work he does is just amazing. If you guys have time to look him up,
Prince Armory.
Yeah, Prince Armory. Some of the suits of armor that he has made just blew my mind, and so that's sort of what started me on this journey. And he's got basic patterns for me to print off, and then I add my own tooling and design and colors into each pattern. And then I've since then expanded out and started freeform creating my own patterns based on customer drawings. And so I've done at least one full custom suit commission of.
And all of this in the last year?
Yeah, since March. I've been in manufacturing for like the last 20 years of my life. So electronics and anything, has to do with manufacturing, basically I've been involved in. So I just took all those skills and just threw them into leather work and just kind of having fun for as long as I can, really.
And so I want to remind everybody out there in the audience too, you guys, if you do have questions for Keith as he starts showing us his work, feel free to just put those in the comments and we'll just ask them and he can answer them right here live for you. So yeah, so I'm super excited. Let's see what you've got, Keith.
Well, like you guys can see, I have the full suit behind me, except for the lower half. Still working on the legs for this guy. Got the pauldrons here and for the shoulders, and I've got a full articulating arm. Can
you bring that closer, or do you have pieces down there that you can show us closer?
Sure. And actually,
here we go.
Yeah, I'm taking one of the arms off here so I can slip that guy on.
Oh, geez, that's cool.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it fully articulates at the joints there, and then it's got just belts.
There's your new arm piece, Gunther.
Yeah, I need one.
It's actually pretty stiff, and it can take some. And you can barely even feel it when you're touching it. You can barely feel it on your arm. So that just goes to show why leather armor really helped back then. And so I've got one of the gloves too here. I figure I can.
It looks like it's blue and black. Is that?
Yeah, it's more of a purple.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Looks like a power fist almost.
That looks like a my-sized fist almost.
I was
wow, that is amazing.
Do you wear armor like that, Sir Kieran?
I do, yes. I've got 3 suits of armor, but nothing that beautiful.
Kieran's trying to figure out how to attach a Nerf blaster to like it.
Oh, I've already made armor with built-in Nerf blasters.
Are you trying to take this guy's armor and turn it into Iron Man outfit? Is that what's happening right now?
And actually, that Prince Armory guy has a spin-off on an Iron Man suit that is just ridiculous to look at. It's awesome. You guys really need to go check out his website. But yeah, so I've riveted the gloves on the inside there, so they'll never come out. And so,
how do you clean something like that?
Yeah. So that's my arm piece there. And then the breastplate that articulates as well. That moves and.
Yeah, I remember asking about that the last time because if you have to bend it, I mean, obviously, if you're fighting, you bend at the waist. So.
Yeah.
Is that an articulating pauldron right there? You've got.
Yeah.
Ooh, it goes in and out.
Yep.
Yeah, just for free arm movement there.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. And then,
what do you do to harden it?
I use during the tooling process, wetting it and letting it dry several times, as well as the dye that goes into it, and then the final sheen that goes over the top. All that combined makes it pretty stiff. Stiff to the point where it can flex, but it's there's some strength to it. And then when you get a couple layers on top of each other, it's pretty firm. So here's one of the red helmets I made.
That is beautiful.
It is. And I remember I asked you if you would try that on for us last time. Can you do it again? Can you show us what that looks like on a head?
Of course.
How do you size something like that to somebody's head? Do you have to? I mean, how does that work?
Yeah, so I'll take their ask their measurements. Maybe the circumference of their head, and this is sort of like a medium size, so about 18 to 20 inches. And if someone wants like a custom breastplate, they just need to measure the widest part of them, and then I'll size things up or adjust the straps as needed, so you can let it in or take it in as needed. So
all right, here we go, trying it on.
By the way, I can hear you, Keith, and tell what you're saying, but feel free to be as loud as like the rest of us, because you're a little quieter than some of us.
Look at that. So cool.
So project.
Oh, it opens nice.
That's amazing. Yeah, quick, make a leather megaphone. Oh.
I don't know. Given what he's got behind him, he might be able to just do that, right?
Yeah, this way.
Actually, the idea of a leather megaphone like mounted to like an arm piece, like basically like a built-in, sort of like a herald or something, a built-in leather megaphone like attached to an arm brace.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was thinking more like a spyglass.
It would have to be no technology. It would just have to be some sort of horn.
Yeah. See, I was thinking like a spyglass, but with no glass in it.
Right.
Yep. That way you could fold it over, snap it in place, holler through it. Maybe I'll have to get one and I can try it out on Count Morbid.
And then you could pull the glass lens out of the pouch and pop it in, and actually have a spyglass too.
What do you charge for those gloves?
The gloves, these were these I have on my Etsy site for a $200 for the pair.
For the pair, geez,
it's not bad.
Yeah, so I'm pricing everything, pretty reasonable, just to gain some traction, on Etsy, and every time I make something, I just I increase my skill level, and so eventually I'll be able to, make something hopefully close to some of the stuff that my inspiration has on his site, and that stuff is. His suits of armor, the low end I think is 15,000 for a full suit.
1,000?
Yeah.
And does it have metal in it or it's pure leather?
There's different levels of intricacy that you can. I think he does put metal.
That is the price of a land dragon. Holy smokes!
Yeah, so it's. Well, one day I'll get there, but yeah, my helmets are 150, so they're not too bad. And.
I confess, I sort of want a shoulder pauldron. I think they're amazing, but it has to be in my princess colors.
It's not about like I have.
Yeah, I've got all different sorts of colors, and you can just wear singles, just a single.
See, I love those buckles that are on there too.
Yeah.
So how'd you first find out about this fella, the Prince Armory guy?
Well, I was just sitting at home, on. Quarantine like everyone else, up here in Washington, and I was just looking through. I think YouTube was the first place I saw him, and he had a tutorial on how to do it step by step. And I was basically looking at what he was using, and I was remembering the same tools that my dad used to use, and I just went out and invested a small amount of money in the tools and started doing it, and now
doing the thing.
It's just kind of snowballed and.
Did you have experience doing leather work beforehand, or this is all recent?
A little bit. My dad taught me when I was about 16. We made a wallet and a belt, and but I was more into skateboarding and other things when I was.
I think more into skateboarding. I guess that's fair.
What would you say is the most challenge? What would you say is the most challenging part of working with leather?
The most challenging, I guess, is the dyeing process, because there's once that's done, it's done. So it's mixing the colors, coming up with the right combination of colors, layering the colors. That's sort of it's not necessarily the more difficult, but the more I have to pay the most attention to at the time. I just really have to.
Can't mess up.
And it'd be really easy to ruin a piece that you spent so much time tooling. So
I'm curious because Sir Kieran, I know you have a shoulder pauldron that looks kind of like a leaf, right? That's you, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. I feel like I'm pretty positive that's you. If it isn't you, I really want to know who I'm thinking about. I was wondering though.
He probably just doesn't remember. He's got to go check his closet real quick.
No, can you do something like that where these were leaf shaped instead of the pointed shaped, like so they looked kind of like a leaf off a tree? A little more FAE.
Would I be able to do something like that? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I have. My fiance gets me big sheets of tag board from the dollar store that are 50 cents, and they're little sturdy. It's like tag board, I suppose, and I can draw whatever I envision onto that, and that I can use to model. And
also you can actually do the concept of the piece and then show that to somebody until it gets to what it is that they want, and then they've approved it, your customer has approved it, and then go from there forward to make it. That's cool.
That's exactly it. Yep. So if they had either a drawing that they've done, or maybe just an idea that they voiced to me, then I can draw it myself. I'm not the best artist, but I'm getting there. And we can go back and forth until we figure out a design that really works. And then I usually just charge half the price of the total project upon design approval, and then I just start working on it and send update pictures along the way so they can be involved in the building of it too. So yeah, it's fun.
So there is a question out here in the audience. Yes. Right here, Amy Harris is asking, can you make a dragon mask or a horse?
I probably could do that.
What would you need in order to make that happen? Where would you start with that process?
Well, the measurements of the horse, I guess. Just
of course.
My aunt has a couple horses. I've seen armor for horses before, and I can, I could definitely research that, conceptualize something and probably create something that would be, for protecting the horse and also making it look awesome like a dragon.
Right?
Yeah.
That would actually be pretty cool, I confess.
Yeah. I'll have to, I should show my dragon helmet.
Oh, yeah, let me embiggen you.
Yeah, I showed you this.
Oh, man, look at that.
And this I sort of just came up by myself. It's based on
that is beautiful.
Based on the pattern from Armory, but I've just modified it,
How do you get the little black stripes that look like scales? How do you get that on there? Like
right, so that's a tool.
Tooling, yeah.
Yeah, so the tooling there, and it's a scale. Not sure if it's probably.
No, I can see. No, we can see it very well, actually.
Yeah, and it's just there's several different designs of scales for leather tooling.
So every one of those is by hand.
Yeah, every individual one is hand stamped on painstakingly. Over hours.
I was going to say it's like a giant stamp.
Hours.
All lined up right.
So now you know why it costs so much.
Yeah.
It costs more. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then all the background tooling too. I've done like we were talking about last time. It looks like pounded iron or copper.
Yeah,
that's my pebble background there. And so this, I sort of wanted it to make it look like the claws were coming up and out.
Yes. That thing is beautiful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you make the thing, you dye the leather, then you make the thing, and then you tool it, and then you paint the detail over the top of it. Because I'm seeing that there's like silver lining in your armor guy behind you.
Right. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll wet the leather, and then that'll make it susceptible to tooling, and then I'll cut all the lines in with the swivel knife. I will bevel everything, and then put the actual tooling in. Get all that done first, and then I'll wet it down, and then I'll shape it and kind of form it with my hands. Once it's wet, it really becomes like clay almost, and so that's where I get the most enjoyment out of doing it. Is I get to make 3D sort of textures out of it, and once that sets and dries, that's when it really kind of hardens the first time. Then I'll dye everything, and then I'll sheen everything. And then I'll come through and I'll put the paint on over the sheen so it doesn't soak back into the leather. And then I'll put more sheen over the top of it just to seal everything up.
How do we kidnap you and make you our kingdom armorer? Because I seem to recall that you are not very far away from where we are.
No, I'm just in North Bend, Washington. So
Cash.
Cash.
They like thieves.
I'll be a little worker elf, I guess.
I'm completely floored that your work is so great, considering you've only been doing it for such a short period of time.
Yeah,
It's like
I
you've
mean,
been doing it near on a decade at least.
Well, yeah, but with
Thank you.
also a hip familial history, right?
Yeah, it has the appearance of someone with 20 years of experience, but it's amazing you only have that.
Right.
You're doing it
Well,
just a
it
few
doesn't,
times.
it doesn't sound like when you picked up the tools, though, that you were just totally new to it.
Yeah, I'd used the tools a little bit, and then my years of manufacturing, I suppose, working with all sorts of hand tools over the years, it's just kind of comes natural. But I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, and I'm
It
gonna
does
keep working on
help to be good with your hands.
it. You're right.
You don't have a kingdom already that you belong to, do you? I mean, can the fairies come and steal you away?
I'm just saying.
Are there some mortals that we have to go try and negotiate with?
I'm just saying I'm really rough on my armor, and I worry about that kind of thing.
What's that?
Because I'm really rough on my armor.
Oh, okay.
So, I worry about that kind of thing with any armor I have. I have one pauldron, and it's trying to stand up to me slamming into walls and things because I'm huge.
Yeah.
I am 6'9". I smack into everything around me. It's terrible.
Right. All the door jams.
It is true. He does walk into a lot of things. And a lot with his head. No,
usually my bum, really.
It's the horns. They catch on everything.
It's not.
Awful.
It's actually my butt.
But
The same. We hang things from the horns. The bum knocks everything over. Sometimes it's an elbow.
Those pants do not make your bum look bigger.
and then I want to show you my roses too that I made for my mom.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
those are pretty.
Hey, how did that go? Because were those supposed to be a birthday present for her, or
for my mom? I just haven't brought it over to her yet. So
yeah, show us.
You must trust she's not watching.
she saw them last week. It's okay. So
Wow.
the vase is made out of leather, and so I just made a giant circle and free-formed it over a picture, and this is what it came out with. And then I went ahead and cut in the blades of grass, and then the sky, and then I made the petals out of leather, and the leaves are leather. So basically, most of it's leather. A little bit of green tape to seal everything up.
What's inside of it?
Just threw some glass fish tank,
Oh,
cover
okay.
on.
Oh, wow.
Fill it up. And,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
You are truly gifted, good sir.
No kidding. That's some leather sculpting going on right there.
All right.
Yeah, that is truly art.
Here, I'll show you this too. This is a gun holster I made.
What?
Put the little Star Wars, Rebel logo there.
I confess, I pretty much like that.
You need to have one of those for Nerf guns.
I need something like that.
Yeah, this will work for your Nerf gun for sure.
What do you think, Sir Kieran?
Yeah, that would work great.
Oh, are you able to attach and detach those holsters from the belt? Actually,
This one.
Well, yeah, the belt looks like it goes through it.
Yeah, it does.
The holds, yeah.
But I've riveted it in place so that it doesn't move around.
but you could make it so that they were interchangeable. So if you had, say, different guns or something like Nerf guns that you wanted to put in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could just slip this guy off and then slip the one on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What model of gun is that formed to?
This is just for my own personal 9mm.
Is that a S&W M&P shield by any chance?
What is that you just said? What is all that just came out of your mouth?
Is that it's a very familiar looking outline is all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. No, it's the Star Wars Rebel Shield, I think.
Here, there we go.
That is, yeah.
There you go.
Oh yes, the Rebel Shield. I see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Never mind.
Okay.
You made my inner nerd switch.
Inner nerd switch.
I think he meant the shape of the pistol being ingrained into the leather
Yes,
itself,
I got.
not necessarily the design on the leather.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And
No,
Yes, I
I
was asking, what's the make and
like
model
the-
on that?
it's for an LC9. So little Ruger.
So, not a Nerf gun, I assume.
No.
Definitely not. No, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Wouldn't
Those are a little
pass the
harder than
FPS caps.
So, but if somebody had a Nerf gun that they wanted it molded around, you would be able to do that.
Yeah. If I didn't have the gun, obviously they would need to send the Nerf gun to me or something like that, or I'd have to figure that out. That's why I really don't have any gun holsters per se on my, I only have really, the one gun.
That and Nerf guns are enormous.
Yeah, that would be a lot of leather.
Even the smallest little 5-shot, like a hammer shot, are huge.
Those are cool though. To have a holster that big. Nerf gun, so.
Crinkling. Okay.
Gunther, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Gunther, look at this. I'm going to eat some food on air. Check this out.
What is happening right now?
Did you see how you didn't hear that? That was because there's
a giant bag of gummy bears.
You should use it. Check this out.
Stop! Oh my god.
Bro.
Oh my god.
Hungry people.
Everybody.
Anyway, back to you, Keith.
Yeah, I think that's almost everything. I made a little cute little bracers for my fiance.
Oh.
Using the same stamp.
They look like to look like a cool dragon scale. Those are cool.
Yeah. I wasn't really, happy with how the green splotch came out, but my fiance.
What green splotch? I don't see.
I like the grain on that. It kind of looks like the elbow piece is like a toenail or something.
Oh, I was looking at the backwards. I thought that. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and then they have snaps on that side.
See, now this is the kind of thing that where that little gold thing is. That's where you need to have the little mini magic wand that goes in there. That's like your, yes, right? Like
spare wand.
Yes, exactly.
Backup wand.
Little 6-inch thing, right?
Just enough mana for one kill spell.
Exactly.
Emergencies.
That's right.
And I don't know if you wanted to mention the gift yet, but
well, it is 8:30, so we can move on to that part if you like. This is, as you guys of course know, this is our giveaway item. I'm going to bring us back here real quick. This is our giveaway item for this week, and please, if you will, show and tell us about this week's giveaway item.
Yep, it's the same as last time I was on the show. It's a single knife in a leather sheath here.
Yes.
So it's
that's what let's go around your neck,
yeah, go around your neck to wear underneath your shirt or something like that in case of emergencies and you need to pull it out.
In the boob pocket.
Yeah,
the universal pocket.
Exactly.
I thought I was muted when I said that.
And they snap right in, so they stay where they're supposed to be, and several different colors for you to choose from. And those are up on my Etsy site as well. So $25 value there.
That is excellent. So that means we need a magic word for this week. And
food package.
The last time you suggested a magic word, Stormy, it was butt silk. Okay. And this time she's walked in.
I agree with her though.
You just started it.
It's your fault, Dana. I know. I'm all like, I don't even know.
See, here I would have gone with dragon scale.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, that works.
I still like food pocket better.
Pocket protector. Is it not a pocket protector?
Oh, okay, you guys. We're gonna have a vote. It's gonna be between dragon scale and boob pocket. So if you want this week's magic word to be dragon scale, you hold up a 1 or type a 1 into the comments. And if you want it to be boob pocket, then hold up your fingers as a 2 or type number 2 in the comments. Now is the time to do that. Look at all of you guys. One.
Instigators. The instigators.
Oh my goodness. Okay. 1 for 1. 2 for 1. And no, you do not get to vote in 2 places, Gunther. Sorry. That's a Count Morbid trick, and you don't get to do it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 for 2. And okay, so Cobble voted for 1, and so that's 1. And Ion, you have a 1. And Sir Kieran, what did you vote?
One was dragon scales, right?
Yes. 1, 2,
one was dragon
3,
scales.
4. I think we have a tie. Oh, and Keith, you're the tiebreaker. So that is 5 for 1 and 4 for 2. So, whew, that was so close. I was like, man, do I really have to tell everybody that this week's magic word is boob pocket?
That would have been amazing, especially on the weekend. That would have been awesome. So
it'd be great if you had a course defender in during the weekend.
We're trying.
It's not fair. It's easy. What is what?
What if it were spelled B-E-W-B?
Boob
pocket.
I said, you guys don't have to worry about anything after the fact. I'm the one that has to go and put that all over the place and then explain to people why that's our magic word. Nobody else has to do any of that.
Yes.
Yes.
Fairy Princess Lolly is always the one who ends up holding the boobs.
I have no comment. Neither confirm nor deny. Oh man. Okay. Whew, so let me get this. I'm just gonna put it up here. So for those of you guys out there watching who are yet unfamiliar with how this works, after the show, go on YouTube to our comments section, type in the word dragon scale. Thank you very much. What? I'm so innocent. Where did famous Dana go?
She was type in. She quit to go type in dragon scale.
Oh, she was so mad. She was so mad about boob pocket.
It was right there.
Yes. I hear feedback from somebody. Feedback.
If you want boob pocket, you should commission one from this fella over here. I'm sure he would make you one of the little other bustier or what have you. But
you can that's a boob window like Power Woman.
Private.
Yes, go to our comment section, put the word dragon scale in, and then next week you will be put onto the wheel of win, just like you saw prior to Keith getting on here. I see Dana. Hello, Dana. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Quick question for clarity. If next week we're also having to redo the clause from the other vendor, is it the same word to enter both contests?
So no, because everybody's chance to enter that drawing was a couple of weeks ago. So I am going to use the list from that week. And if you had entered back then you will be on the list just like you were a couple of weeks ago and get an opportunity at also the dragon clause. So, and then this week will be dragon scale. And also all of Keith's links have just been going there down in the low bar, but there in the ticker also are in the low bar. Please go to his sites, check out his stuff, follow his Etsy, Instagram, all the things. Yes, spread the love.
Send me your drawings. Let me take a look.
Is there anything else you would like to say to us all before we let you go this evening, Keith?
Well, I just want to thank all of you guys for hanging out tonight and appreciate all the positive words of encouragement. That's always awesome. And if anyone wants to contact me with whatever they have in mind, I can work back and forth with them and we can come up with something really cool.
Yes.
Awesome.
You should fill out our VirtYule form and participate.
Okay.
Get a card from us this year and participate in our Yule Cat Sock Exchange.
Oh yeah, I got
This is all actually a part of my ploy to slowly abscond with you into the fairy kingdom. That's basically what's happening. I'm not very. I'm subtle like a chainsaw. So. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye. See you guys.
All right. There it is. That's the magic word.
I lifted up my project and my screen froze.
You,
It was just, a picture of the tree skirt.
So what is this? Oh, that's what it is. It's a tree skirt. Let's see this tree skirt.
Well, you have to have it right side up, and it's been quilted, but none of the edges were done. So you can see all the raw edges down the side.
It's very pretty.
Thank you. I made it I think it may be older than some of my children.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
But the fact that I never finished the edges, and now I have this awesome ultimate sewing machine, and my school, my last thing was turned in today, so I have plenty of time. Yay.
So are you going to fix
It's always nice to finish
now?
unfinished business.
Yeah, that's so true.
Am I going to fix what?
Are you going to fix my cloak now?
As I look down at it,
No?
Who is, man?
it's right there.
Who is?
No,
Who is?
actually, I have to find the thread. I have to find his thread.
Stormy, are you okay over there, Stormy? You look a little alone.
Looked a little flabbergasted.
She has a tree topper now on her head, like you suggested.
Oh, Lord, I didn't even see it.
Look at the little silver angle. It's that whole silver thing on top of her head. And she's very carefully balancing.
She's got good posture.
Funny part about this is that now she can't move when she talks. So does that mean she's good? Oh, no, she's like, nah, check it out. I can't. I do
Very
TikTok
carefully.
all the time. I do all kinds of crazy things.
Yeah,
man.
this thing is big. It is my whole arm. So.
Like I said, I'd love to see what she looks like with the overhead lights off, but she can't.
There are no overhead.
She can't move without unplugging herself, and then it's all dark.
Stormy, what you've got to do is get a battery pack for your outfit.
There you go. It wasn't funny. I just wanted to join the festivity with you guys.
we were just all lit up. I feel underlit, to be honest. I want lights. That's what I want.
Lights.
Although I do have lots of color and the unicorn horn today, and I did manage to get a little crown added with the unicorn horn. So I guess that's cool. I got it on there. I have Christmas trees somewhere on the side.
I got one coming tomorrow.
Well, here you have one. What coming tomorrow?
A Christmas tree, no fake one.
Oh, is it a real Christmas tree or a strange colored Christmas tree?
It was a regular one because the kids wanted it. I was like, let's get a black gothic one. They're like, no.
I mean,
explain what gothic was to my 6-year-old.
Those kids ruining your Christmas spirit.
Yeah. I was just thinking it could come
I have a hat for
and
that.
you could put it up and then you could paint it black because it's not, you didn't say that, you said that you would get a normal tree, not get a black Christmas tree. So once you get the normal tree, now you've got it and it was normal and you kept your word and then you have since painted it black. Isn't that a song?
Yes. Paint it black.
I'll probably paint it rainbow if I'm given the option.
Okay, is there such a thing as rainbow flocking?
That would be hilarious.
Flock that black tree.
Seeing as how flocking usually gets sprayed on, I would think it would look more like silly string with rainbowish, like you and Count Morbid's hat.
Count Morbid and I are twinsies right now. Except for that, Count Morbid, you're just Rainbow Unicorn, and I'm Princess Rainbow Unicorn.
No, I'm Santa Princess Unicorn or Santa Rainbow Unicorn.
Yes, Santa Rainbow. Okay, there you go. I bet that thing is warm too. We approach that time in our evening show where we read the crazy articles. And wow, you filled in this list with a lot of articles. Oh boy. All right, Gunther, while I'm deciding between articles,
show us the pictures.
Some gossip. I don't know if I trust Gunther to show us pictures. I don't know.
We want to follow up on the monolith that I told you about.
Oh yeah.
Which one?
What happened with that? Okay, start from the beginning. Tell the story from the beginning.
Okay, so you know the giant metal alien thing that we talked about like 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
Down in the desert?
Yeah.
So it's disappeared from that area, and it's been reappearing in random areas. And the other night, it appeared here on Vegas Strip.
I went on a road trip with it.
Everything happens on the strip.
I haven't looked it up, but my friend Deadpool actually went down there and took a picture with it to confirm that it was really there, and it was really there.
I think somebody went on a road trip with it. It's probably a traveling gnome.
I hope it's aliens. I
This
told them
wasn't the Netherlands.
Ollie.
What? Oh, what? I'm sorry. I'm looking at the news articles.
Look at this.
There. Okay, I'm back. Wait, what's that? What?
Oh, I love that show. Let her keep
Oh man, I don't even know.
It's okay.
I still like the one that says there are two types of people at Christmas time.
Hey, you're supposed to put the rock around the Christmas tree, not you with the rock.
Ew, gross!
Well, hey, that's me.
No, I'm trying. No, I'm
Wow.
not looking at the
Epic timing.
screen. I'm looking at the news articles. I'm sorry, Dana. That was not meant for you. Oh man. Oh,
Like there's no
that's
tomorrow
so
even.
bad. Okay, I think I've got my article, so I'm taking this down. Here we go. We're gonna go with the thing that made me say "ew, gross." So
That was the next picture. You
What?
should have hurried until the next picture.
I don't even know. Okay, here we go. Coin removed from man's nose after being stuck for more than 50 years.
Oh.
See? Tell me. Now
Sure.
that's not you.
She tells me today, she goes, you need to find weirder stuff. I'm like, all right. Well,
I swallowed a penny when I was 5 and threw it up on my mom's bed.
Well, I guess it's better to come out that end. I mean,
you know, that's so funny because what I heard in my head when you said that is I swallowed a bug.
so okay. So speaking, yes, go ahead.
The question would be: A, did he know it was there? And if he, I don't know. There's so many questions. If he didn't know, why not?
That's
If
why
he
we
knew,
have
why didn't
the
they do
article.
anything for 50 years? And at that point, it's a part of your life now. It's a part of your being. You might as well leave it in until you're dead. It's you now.
Yeah.
What if he had it in there to hold on to his thoughts?
It could be. They say you are what you eat. That guy is part money.
So gross. Okay, so guy with coin up his nose. Yes, and now for something completely different. A man with a coin up his nose versus Santa skipping court to deliver gifts in his convertible. I have so many questions about this one too. So if you want to hear about a man with a coin up his nose, press number 1. And if you want to hear about why was Santa supposed to be seen in court is my question.
When did Santa get a convertible?
So many questions. And if you want to hear about Santa, press number 2. Ion, start the timer.
Clearly drunk driving because he ran over grandma.
Ooh.
What if Santa wasn't driving? What if it was just the reindeer that were intoxicated?
I've been known to do so.
Probably still wasn't disabled.
Well, so, yes. So, Stormy, your friend with that monolith, they got a picture next to it, right?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yes, I don't know where that picture went, but I sort of want to.
You won't mind if you want to share it, so you can.
Let me see if I can find it. Somebody tell me when that timer runs out, because I'm not going to be looking at the timer. I'm going to look for this picture that Stormy sent me. Here we go.
He's our local Deadpool.
He's your local Deadpool?
Yeah, he's not in costume though.
Uh-oh. Wait, I'm going to reveal a superhero's secret identity if I show this picture?
Oh, everybody knows Deadpool's identity.
Let's see. Here it is.
Wade Wilson.
Okay, and how do I open this? Got it. Yes, I did get it. So
it was here the other night. It just appeared. And
now it's gone.
Timer has expired.
Okay, I'm going to share this really fast because I want to... Where is it? Let's see. Here. Does that look right?
That's him.
Whoa.
There it is. And that's the monolith.
Yep.
And it's just a what? Big metal monolith, I guess, huh?
It had just appeared there in front of a business.
Yeah, it just appeared there. Nobody saw anybody coming or going.
That's rubbish.
Yeah, that's not as big as it sounded like it was going to be.
Oh my gosh, that's your criticism? You're like, it's not as big as it's not as big as I
Some
thought it
business
was.
could have just done this for.
Why are you always
for a
focused on
stunt.
size?
I mean,
Not just here, it's happening all
I
over.
thought it would be taller. That's,
If it's not 9x4x1, I'm not interested.
why is that? I don't get it.
In 2001, they were 9x4x1 all the monoliths.
It's a very specific ratio, yeah.
Oh,
Which also sounds
it's the first three.
sounds
It's
like
the first three squares.
Maybe got back measurements, but not.
I guess also there's no fourth wall for Deadpool.
How can you actually be 36?
Okay, so we have 2 votes for 2 and 1. No, 2 votes for 1 and 1 vote for 2. That is what we have. And number 1 was man with a coin up his nose. So
it's just a thing. I know I grabbed it, but why?
here we go. Okay, share screen. Hold on, I'm getting there. Whew. So gross. Ugh. Okay, coin removed from man's nose after being stuck for more than 50 years. Oh, look at that.
Oh man, that is gross.
Wow.
Is it worth anything?
It doesn't. All
right, I want to see a close up of that so I can see. I want to.
His
give me a close
morbid
up.
curiosity. Okay, here we go. A man has finally had a coin removed from his nose after it was stuck for more than half a century. The 59-year-old, 59, that means if it's been there for more than 53 years. So this happened to him when he was 6 years old. And like what? His parent, I mean, what? So anyway, unnamed Russian man was aged just 6 when he wedged the money into his right nostril. He was too scared to tell his strict mother about it and then later forgot, the local media reported. The man apparently managed to live for the next 50 years unimpeded by the blockage until he recently started complaining that he could not breathe at all in his right nostril. He went to the hospital and was given a scan, which showed the unexpected object in the nasal passage.
Oh, that's where I put it. I forgot.
My parents suck.
Rhinoliths, which are stones in the nasal cavity, had formed around the coin, constricting the ability to breathe. Medics carried out endoscopic surgery under general anesthetic, removing the stones and retrieving the Soviet 1 kopeck coin from his nose after 53 years. The money, if you look at it, you wouldn't know that it looks deteriorated like that because it was up somebody's nose. So does it just seem like, because I know that? Because otherwise you would think it was just like that because of being old and buried in the ground or something, right? You know, like
It'll make you reconsider picking something up that looks like that, that's for sure.
The money, officially worth around 1 penny at the time, ceased to be used in Russia after the USSR collapsed in 1991, and the hammer and sickle emblem was no longer visible on the coin. What is in this guy's nasal passage? I mean, yikes.
That guy's got a big snap. That's all I'm saying.
So it's covered in scar tissue, basically.
No, it's covered in stone.
Maybe he's now experiencing a whole new world of smells.
He has regained full nasal breathing and taste, I suppose.
Everything was tinged with a coppery scent, and now he tastes and smells for real. Ooh.
Ew. So gross.
I wonder what his heavy metals in his bloodstream were like.
What?
Like
how do you forget about
copper in his
that?
veins now. You're 6 years old. That's how you forget about it.
I have a penny I could put up my nose right now if you want to see.
It would probably fit.
No, please don't. You might forget about it, and 50 years later, it's going to be an issue. Now, the man is not the first person to become reacquainted with a foreign object lost up the nose.
I stand corrected.
I'm really more surprised that he hadn't gone through any other sort of medical procedure that would have accidentally found it.
Right?
Yeah, like a doctor never looked up his nose when he was sick or something to see if he had an infection, and then been like, well, what is this thing?
It's from Soviet Russia. It's an old thing.
Yeah,
Soviet Russia knows his coin purse.
Also, how many times has a doctor looked up your nose? Because that has not happened a lot.
Really? It happens to me on a regular basis.
Up your nose? Okay.
What are you hiding up your nose?
Doctors.
Oh, okay. So
just
here
likes
we
to
go.
party.
In 2015, Steve Easton, then 51, from Surrey, had a sneezing fit, in which the tip of a toy dart shot out of his nose.
Yeah, my people right there. That's what that is.
He put it up there at age 7, and his parents had taken him to the hospital at the time, but doctors were unable to remove it. So the doctors are just like, it's not bothering him. Just leave it there.
That's the English for you.
He often suffered headaches and sniffles, which he put down to hay fever. He said he was completely unaware the dart had been stuck in his nose for 44 years.
Dang.
Can you just imagine you sneeze and like, pow, a dart shoots out of your nose?
Well, I think one of my kids had like corn and peas and carrots stuffed up their nose, and we started them giggling and then plugged the other side and they like squirted out.
Oh my god.
So, kids.
Kids do that. The kids I nannied for, she stuck a screw up her nose.
Dang, what is it with people and putting things up their nose? I wonder.
Children.
But what is it? Just will this fit in my nose?
When you're a kid, it's your only universal pocket.
They're learning their shapes,
Learning their shapes. Like a triangle thing and a round thing and a triangle hole or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And they were especially confused when she told them she got a shark stuck up her nose because she didn't know what it was called, so she called it a shark.
A shark? She had a shark stuck up her nose. But how did a whole Sharpie? Sharpies are big. How did a small child get a whole Sharpie stuck up their nose?
What?
That's a good question.
Isn't that what you
Those are
just
pretty
said?
long objects.
Commitment.
A screw.
Oh, screw! I thought you said a Sharpie, and I was like,
screw, but she was calling it a shark because she didn't know what it was called. And she told her parents she had a shark stuck in her nose. And
That poor kid.
yikes. Yeah, screw sounds like it would actually be kind of painful.
No, I'm like, why? Why?
That sounds like its own level of horribleness to be that child, to have a thing in your nose and to not have the language skills to describe it to an adult. And they just think you're talking about a fish and they're like, it's impossible. You can have a shark in your nose. Meanwhile, you're like suffering with a giant metal thing near your brain. That must have been awful. Poor kid.
It sounds pretty awful.
They're wonderful.
They're wonderful.
I don't know what this one is.
Best source of entertainment right there.
Okay, guys, here we go. We're going to have an animal war here. It is going to be koala wanders into Australian family's home and climbs their Christmas tree is number 1.
Aww, precious.
And number 2 is squirrel gets drunk off bad pears, teeters on railing, Minnesota.
Number 2.
It's so cute.
So squirrel, if you want to hear about the koala climbing the Christmas tree, press number 1. If you want to hear about the drunk squirrel, press number 2.
Until then, pictures.
Yes, show us some pictures, Gunther. Let's see. Here we go. Nope, we looked at this one last week.
Yes.
I understand. Hold on.
I love
Santa
that.
Claus
Some Christmassy ones.
Appropriate. I approve.
Santa in a bubble.
I have a picture of me in a snow globe, a giant snow globe.
That sounds precious.
What's this? What is your zodiac sign, cutie? Unicorn. That one doesn't exist. None of them exist. No, that's adorable. That's
Titan's
your
girlfriend that you never get to see because she's
what's
scared of the
her
world.
name? What's her name?
Saturn. Because Titan
Oh,
he follows her around.
aw.
Aww.
Those are the goldfish I need right there. They are pink princess goldfishies.
They don't taste that good. I'm gonna let you know. They don't taste as good as the regular ones.
I'm sad. Whoa! I am not reading that out loud.
I didn't get that. That was something. Yeah. All right.
Let's see. Oh, there's Count Morbid.
Yeah. So Count Morbid, I asked for pictures, and Count Morbid sent pictures of himself.
Well,
He's humble that way.
Pictures. Okay.
He said
Oh.
funny pictures. There you go.
Uh-oh. What happened to your tooth, Count Morbid?
Temporarily misplaced.
For the record, the timer has run out.
Okay, we have 3 votes for number 2, which I believe is Drunk Squirrel.
Oh yes, this needs to be the background picture.
Okay, so
Everything.
here we go. Oh my gosh, what? Oh, that's adorable.
Right?
Christmassy, snowy, winter solstice Yoda. I love it.
That's
Grogu? What's his actual name?
It's a
I
baby
haven't gotten
Yoda.
to that episode yet. I will find it out.
What is this? Okay.
Yeah, not everyone's up to that episode.
Spoiler alert.
Oh my gosh, it was like 3 episodes ago. Whatever.
Well,
It's
again,
only like a 2-week spoiler alert. That's the window.
Okay, so number
I've been
2
stuck
is
in
the
school.
Pixies.
I haven't
binge the whole
watched
thing at once.
any since-
Here we go. Squirrel gets drunk off bad pears. Teeters on railing. Minnesota woman's video shows. Look at he's like leaning to the side.
Good play. Do it.
Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me begin it. Did I push it? Oh, there we go. Okay.
And this is what it looks like when I have a wee bit too much meat.
This is what it looks like when a toddler is trying to avoid nap time.
Yes, it does.
Actually, that's what it looks like when I try to avoid nap time.
Oh my gosh, is that the end of it already? No. Okay. Look at that.
Oh man, it has pillows. I can taste them.
I'm here. It's cool, guys. It's cool.
Wait, are you sure it's not just Braintree?
What?
No.
Braintree.
Let's see. Hang on.
I was coming. What was I doing here at this bowl again? Why was I? Yeah.
Who's got my car keys? Who's got my car keys?
How did I get up here?
he's going to lose track of his nuts that way.
I think.
Like the-
Oh, look! There's a bag of
Wait,
nuts.
I think
Where did this come from?
We can handle some more. I think it's funny because earlier when you were talking about drunk reindeers, I said, no, that's usually squirrels. I was referring to this.
What's it say happened here?
So it says, A Minnesota woman removed some bad pears from her refrigerator and left them outside for the squirrels. One of which was captured on home video looking drunk on the fermented fruit. The old pears I left out for the squirrels had apparently fermented. Whoops! Katie Morlock, whoa, who took
I feel like that's a villain name.
She's against Sally Eloy or whatever.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Literary references. Sorry.
Okay, she took the video and told Minneapolis-based Fox 9 that the squirrel first ate a little bit, then ran away. But when he came back, he was clearly inebriated. Once she realized what was going on, she took the forbidden fruit away. Why? Let the squirrel get drunk. Right?
This is a pretty common thing. Lots of animals do this.
I mean, have some holiday cheer, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Had a holiday cheer. A lot of it.
Her video shows the critter in an apparent daze, teetering on his legs with his front paws in the fruit bowl over the weekend. The squirrel appears to wobble and sway, his feet steady on the wood block, but his head starts tilting to one side, then snapping to the other. Those pears were so old, I bet they fermented. Okay, this is like repeating what we just said.
Yeah. Let's...
Okay. Wait, Drunk Seagull found out pieces. What?
Basil found another one. Do you want to full screen me for a sec?
Yes, hold on. Where are you? There you are. Okay. A drunk squirrel.
Right. How do we?
You push the play button.
I haven't. What do we? Hold on. Having technical difficulties over here. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go.
Look at it. He's like wobbling side to side.
I remember seeing something on National Geographic about this years ago.
That's what it looks like when I drink.
It is. If you don't have a tail.
I might be better balanced if I did.
What's the problem, officer?
I could have party unless you party, man.
Well, he's steady now. Oh my god! Look.
At the end of the bar.
It's like he's learning to drive.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That is so cute.
It's like, I don't even know where my tree is. I don't even know.
Where's my tree? Where to go?
Sad that squirrel needs pets.
You can't rent my tree for Christmas.
To which all you
Someone should call that squirrel an Uber.
An Uber ARF?
Ah! That's a good joke. I like it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, so Persephone, I see you out there saying that a princess in a snow globe would be very perfect for 2020. So I started looking for my snow globe pictures, and I found them. This was actually a fun. Yeah, it was actually a really fun photo shoot that I did a couple of years ago, and I'm trying to find a good one to enlarge. One of the troubles actually that we ended up having though with this was that the snow that you see in the background was moving, and so it made the pictures look blurry because it was actually lights that were moving. Even though these pictures aren't blurry, the lights in it made it look that way. It was kind of a weird effect. So let me see here if I can find a good one. This one was pretty good. Let's see. And then I will share it to the screen and show you my snow globe picture. Let's see. If I open this in, I guess I'll just open it and see what happens.
Do you have ornaments in your beard?
You had an ornament on your head, so yeah, I put it back in my beard so we can, match.
That's what I want. Here we go. This is what I want. This is my snow globe picture. Can you guys see it?
Oh, it's so pretty.
Ooh.
Yeah, so all of these lights though that were in the background, those were actually moving, and that kind of gave it made everything look blurry. I think the camera kind of had a hard time knowing what to focus on, maybe. So, but it was still a super awesome photo shoot, and I got some really good pictures out of it. So, I don't know. Anyway, there you go, Persephone. Now you have seen. So, let's see. Okay, so squirrel gets drunk. Drunken squirrel. And now for something completely different.
Are you sure?
What?
I got pictures up still too. So if you have to stall.
Right now for something completely different, a man with a coin up his left nostril.
A man with a coin up his nose. A man with a coin up his brother's nose. Yes.
A man with a coin up someplace else.
No, we're not gonna read that one. Okay. So we just did Animal Wars. Now this one I feel like it might be good because like Count Morbid might be able to get into this one. So The Terrible Tale of Hans Trop, the Christmas Scarecrow. That is what number 1 will be. And then for number 2, wait, Alabama Sheriff's Office removes a photo of who is making that noise? Who's making noise?
Who's normally making noise?
Gunther, what are you doing?
Decorating.
Decorating.
Yeah, I always hit mute when I'm going to be noisy.
Okay. Number 2 is Alabama Sheriff's Office removes a photo of Christmas tree with mug shots after it received backlash. That's awesome. So we either get to hear about The Terrible Tale of Hans Trop, the Christmas Scarecrow for number 1, versus the Christmas tree mug shots, number 2. And Ion, please start the timer. Yes. Oh my gosh, now you're all lit up. What is happening over there? Stormy, look what you started with Gunther.
I got pictures.
I feel, okay, somebody get ready to take a screenshot. Ready? Yeah, who's going to do that? Do it now.
You're poor mustache.
Doing that too.
Oh man, I got a screenshot. I don't know if it'll be any good, but you know, I got it.
Ornaments in it.
That's great.
Where was I? There you go.
I'm proud of what I've.
Smile, Gunther. Oh.
Good.
There you go.
No.
Vote. You gotta
Nope.
vote. Do the vote thing.
Okay, I see 1 vote for number 2, you guys. 1 vote for number 2. Does anybody else?
Which one's Hans Crop?
Oh, Hans is number 1. The Christmas Scarecrow is number 1. Ooh, what's this, Gunther?
Pictures.
That's a cool picture. Oh my gosh, that reminds me. That super reminds me. Okay, here, you guys. I recognize that picture.
Me too.
There's one of Lolly in there somewhere.
Shh, no, we're not going to look at that. Before proceeding, you must identify the image below. House, bed, plane. Language, Snoopy, language.
Krampus!
Okay, here we go. Speaking of Elf on the Shelf, our Elf on the Shelf came, and so Lion, myself, Gunther, we all know what we are going to do. Well, I think we all know what we're going to do for our Elf on the Shelf photo for the contest. So this is what it looks like, though. I've never actually seen an Elf on the Shelf, so that was kind of, I guess he's behind there somewhere. Has an elf story, comes a little book. I don't know. Anyway, photo contest. I know what I'm gonna do, and I don't know, you know what you're gonna do, right? So in case you wonder what I'm talking about, all you have to do is grab your Elf on the Shelf, take some kind of hilarious diorama photo with him, and either put it in our Discord or send it to me, and you will be entered to win. And also, we have cool prizes, actually, for the Elf on the Shelf portion of VirtYule. So
look at the picture I have.
Okay, no, I will look.
It applies to what you say.
Okay. Here we go. Go.
He's like, it's
It's a Lando on a Mando.
Oh my gosh! What?
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Okay. Oh, excuse me.
What?
I just. Okay.
Sound like you were coughing up a bell.
No. Oh, no, I think he rang a bell and I coughed, and those things happened at the same time.
Yes.
And I'm not coughing up a bell.
She is a fairy after all. She could just move and you might hear.
So we had one vote for one. So, okay, you guys all get to vote too. Do you want to hear about the Christmas scarecrow or the Christmas tree mugshots? Ion, what do you want to hear about?
First of all, Cobble voted for two.
Voted for two. I'm sorry, Cobble. Okay. One vote for two.
I'm voting for one.
And Stormy's voting for one. Gunther, what are you voting for? One. Famous Dana wants two. Count Morbid, what do you want? Okay, I think that's a clear for number one, which is the Christmas scarecrow. So let me find it. The terrible. If this is too sad and terrible, by the way, I'm not gonna read it. I'm just gonna let you know. If it's gonna make me cry. I don't want to cry. I'm just saying. Here we go. Oh, Ripley's. Hey, we almost went there. I on the Leprechaun and I did. The Terrible Tale of Hans Trop, the Christmas Scarecrow. I don't see anything that looks like a scarecrow in this image. The holidays are seen as a time of peace, goodwill, and generosity. We gather with friends and family, share gifts, eat huge, decadent meals with all the trimmings. And at the root of these celebrations, however, is a very dark and grim past. The legend of Saint Nicholas, Santa Claus himself, began with the tale of a Greek bishop of Myrna, a Roman town in Turkey in the late 3rd to early 4th, whatever, a long time ago. And as one fantastical story goes, Bishop Nicholas once discovered that an innkeeper had murdered 3 children and cut their bodies into pieces. So lighthearted. And yet, Nicholas was still able to revive them. Along with the many good deeds of this zealous Christian. And why is he tampering with evidence like that? Now how are they going to convict that guy? Along with the many good deeds of this zealous Christian in a time of
because they can use the kids as witnesses to their own murders.
What if they don't remember? What if they blacked it out? Or what if he was wearing a mask and they didn't know? Or something. I don't know.
The kid forgot he had a penny up his nose. Come on. Or whatever.
Okay. So let's see. We're just going to skip to this part. So who was Hans Trop? Hans Trap. For a long time, there has been jolly old Saint Nick providing gifts for well-behaved children, and there has been someone or something else filling the role of his counterpart, punishing the naughty ones. These fearsome figures range from the iconic horned Krampus to Perkta, the shape-shifting Christmas witch who fills disobedient children's bellies with straw. The terrifying Hans Trap, possibly the worst of all, though. One story in particular describes an instance in which he stabbed... Why is this on the list? Stabbed a child, sliced him into tiny pieces, and cooked and ate his flesh. Merry Christmas, everybody!
This is for Count Morbid. This is for Count Morbid.
Yes,
all you little flawed children out there, just have a boogeyman holiday. Let's see.
And remember, brush your teeth.
The legend of the Christmas scarecrow is well known in the French regions of Alsace and Lorraine. Hans Trap, according to the story, lived in the 1400s, a rich, powerful, and merciless man who was feared by the people of Alsace. His thirst for power was so great that he turned to deals with the devil to enhance his power and status. Hearing of this, the Pope himself excommunicated Trap, after which he was banished from Alsace and his wealth and lands were confiscated. All of which is nothing compared to what came next. Well, okay. was introduced to constructing a makeshift home in the mountains of Bavaria in Germany. All right, so up there with the vampires, that's good. And I mean, I'm just
They're in
saying.
Transylvania, not in Germany.
It says Bavaria in Germany, and they're kind of, close to each other. So, and the legend goes on. Here he continued to, it's closer than we are. Here he continued to brood, and his evil desires festered. He developed a hankering to try the taste of human flesh, as you do.
How do you get that? How do you get that hankering?
Hold on. When in this story does the nun arrive to teach the kids how to sing?
That's at the end.
What
normally is.
On taps, sound of music.
Finally, he became the dreaded Christmas scarecrow, adorned in straw as a disguise. What? He waited on the lonely roads for a victim. How do you cover yourself in straw? That is what I'd like to know. A boy aged around 10 happened across his path one day, and Trap stabbed the unfortunate shepherd's boy with a vicious, sharp stick. Pokey pokey. With the body safely back at his lair, Trap sliced it into pieces and how does this have to do with Christmas? And roasted it. But before he could eat it,
Christmas used to be really dark.
Yeah, people were really morbid back in the day.
Yeah, Christmas used to be dark, and don't forget, as Poppy just pointed out, that in the Victorian era, it was very common to tell ghost stories on Christmas. Ghosts actually used to be associated more with Christmas than Halloween.
Christmas of long ago.
Look at Charles Dickens.
It's the most wonderful time.
What Dickens says is true. Before we colonized the New World and inherited the Day of the Dead thing, didn't Christmas used to be kind of the Halloween?
Yeah.
I think it depends on where you were from.
It used to be tradition to tell ghost stories.
Okay, so back to article.
Yes, of course.
He, let's see. With the body safely back in his lair, Trap sliced it into pieces and roasted it. But before he could eat, he was struck by a divine lightning bolt and killed. That's very anticlimactic. There he is, with his fork, like ha 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 ha. Ah!
Before he sliced up the kid,
Okay.
No.
So here we go.
The story, everybody dies.
Naughty children are warned that Hans Trap's spirit lingers on and that he may visit them in his scarecrow disguise if they don't mend their ways. A popular boogeyman and a frightening tall tale, you may think, but nothing more than that. Sadly, though, we've got some bad news. The story seems to have been inspired by the incredible true tale of a real person. That's weird. Ooh, so the man who inspired the legend? Do I read on or are we done with this? I will do either. Read on?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
It's not super creepy.
Yes. So TLDR, before Coca-Cola invented the modern iteration of Santa Claus used to be really scary. You wouldn't necessarily want to meet him.
Not in an alley. No.
Not coming down your chimney.
No.
Why you keep it lit?
Not in a cornfield.
Okay. So now, Gunther, are you ready? Here we go. We're gonna look at some more pictures of Count Morbid.
That's it. That's Roscoe P.P. Coltrane. That's my boy.
Roscoe.
I miss my boy.
Let's see.
What is Splitzer feeding you?
It's a rock. I'm not kidding. It's a rock.
Sadly,
there's a dragon. This is the Count Morbid show.
Okay, you guys. So
what's this about?
Check this one out, though.
What?
That's a
it's
cat house.
that cool cat tree. Is that thing amazing or what? I want that cat tree.
I hate cats.
Not all of them.
Apparently, he found a mermaid skeleton.
I don't know that this one actually needs to be read, but there is an interesting title in here that says breakdancing gets Olympic status to debut at Paris in 2024.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, that about covers it. So what's
Yeah.
it doing pretty well?
I figured. So let's see. I still want.
Oh, this is old.
What? Wait, what?
Look how young he looks.
What? He's old there. Count Morbid has been getting younger as the time goes on, not older. I love that one. Okay. So let's see. I don't know what this one is. Can somebody tell me what a puro is? Puro?
It's being looked into by the tech team.
Well, I still want to know about this Santa skipping court to deliver gifts in his convertible. Does anybody? Hey, no! That's horrible. What's happening right there?
What was wrong with that one?
What? I mean,
she gets antsy. I don't know what her problem is. She's willing to show pictures of all of us, but if we show one of hers, signal.
Yes, that must be it. Okay. Does anybody? Okay, I'll give you guys a choice because I really want to hear about Santa skipping court, but also there's
Puro is a cigar.
Oh, okay. San Antonio resident shares Puro Christmas decorations to Reddit. I don't understand really what that means. Does anybody else understand what that means?
If you had read articles before the show, you would have known.
Well, obviously.
But then where's the fun in me getting to read them on the show, right? Then I don't get to be surprised.
It's almost like it would be for the audience and not for you.
Oh, man. That guy, he always knows everything. Aliens, goblins. He's got it down. Okay. Fine. If
that one has to go up.
Whatever. I'm not reading Poro. I just want to wait. What's this? Jupiter and Saturn will appear to merge in a rare winter solstice event not seen in 800 years. That's interesting. But I'm going to read about Santa. I'm just picking the last one. Command decision, because I totally want to hear why was Santa supposed to be in court anyway. What?
You need to show this picture right here.
No, I don't need to show that.
That's an amazing picture.
It might be, but I'm not showing it.
I will post it on the interwebs if you don't.
It's already on the interwebs. So here we go. Santa skips court to deliver gifts in his convertible. Well, at least he's wearing a mask. Okay. Santa is taking time off from his day job as a trial lawyer. Oh, that's way less exciting than I was hoping. Well, wow, Santa by day is a trial lawyer. I guess that's a good choice, right? You know, he's upright and telling
with
the truth.
The rising costs of labor, he needs the extra income to pay for elves.
Let's see. Okay, I'm done. I don't want to read it anymore because it's not as.
Yeah, that's
funny.
nowhere near as cool.
Yeah, it's not. So
it sounded like maybe a crazy Florida man skipped court date to go drive around and give away presents. That would have been cool, but lawyer, whatever.
Gunther wants to show you guys Count Morbid and I at court many, many years ago. Here we are. You can tell that this is an old picture because they hadn't even invented color photos back then.
So pretty.
You look so young then. You were almost still alive, Count Morbid.
I get that a lot.
Oh, don't insult them.
No nuts.
He's so goth that you guys would have to die twice to catch up with him. Hey, this is the one. So do you guys remember when we showed the picture of Poppy in the Fairy Press newsletter? And Count Morbid said, "There's my hand. I'm in the picture." Oh, and also Poppy, right? Do you guys remember that from a couple weeks ago? Here is the The whole picture.
I do recall that conversation.
Look at him. He's like, yeah. What's happening right here in this shirt, Count Morbid?
That's an interesting mesh.
Fishnet.
That's
fishnet
pretty
and leather
flamboyant
pants.
you got there.
You know, it's fishnets, leather pants, white tuxedo jacket, and top hat.
I mean,
And look
he's
at Poppy's
very.
face.
That is
Now
a bold
Poppy's face
outfit, sir.
So much sense, right? She's like, dear God, what's happening? What do? Yes,
You're totally
pretend like
blending into the background there.
Very
By the
Jeff
way,
Hardy with him.
One second here.
I was wondering if the bird was tearing off your top hat.
If you embiggen me, I have a special guest star. 1 second.
You have a special guest?
Is it the dog?
What?
Because that's a wonderful. Oh.
I don't Count Morbid. What is this picture of?
Oh, what a good guest! Look at her go.
She matches his color scheme.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, black and white. Yeah, of course.
Good girl. Good girl.
I want a dog.
You have a dog eating out of a sacrificial cauldron. I like it. She's a regular hellhound.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at those eyes.
There we go. You want to come here?
Just like that.
Get in the chair. Get in the chair.
She's like, no.
Oh, that was my hand. Okay.
Yes, thanks.
Doggo.
Okay. That Morbid looked over his shoulder like, what?
I know.
Funny.
He's responding.
Okay, here.
Almost.
There we go.
Almost.
And with that, it is 9:30, folks.
Wow, how time flies.
It's only 9:29. What is this? I'm looking at this picture. I want to see what this is. Is this Count Morbid posing like one of the French girls on a bear rug?
Yes.
Oh my God.
On the top of a wardrobe?
Ah, Count Morbid. Who knew?
I did.
I did. I think I always knew he was into bears.
Wow. I can't even believe that just got said.
I
So
can't.
fitting.
It's wonderful.
Oh. Okay, you guys. Well, indeed, it is 9:30, so that does bring us around to our end of the show. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and remember that this week's magic word is dragon scale, not boob pocket. Dragon scale. After the show, go type in dragon scale. in the
Dragon
comments.
scale.
On I feel like I have
Dragon
to
boobs.
say that, like dragon scale.
A compromised dragon boobs.
Yes.
Now we're talking.
Yes.
You know, one time there was an artist that did
Do you want to?
we'll say a risque dragon calendar for like a yearly calendar with risque dragon pictures. It was interesting.
We were in the calendar.
We were in a calendar. So, anywho, so please remember, hit the like and subscribe. Also, one last thing I forgot to say at the beginning of the show, which is last day is tomorrow to go to our form, fill it out for the VirtYule sign up. There are several things that you can pick from, activities to participate with us in, including getting a card, the elf on the shelf, the Yule Cat Sock Exchange, and more. So you can pick and choose what you want to participate in at your whim. So you don't have to participate in all of them. And I think they're relatively well described there. So please go and do that, because we want to get as many people involved the most as we can this year in 2020. And I think with that said, that's everything. We'll see you guys back here on Friday for author reads, and then on Sunday for handmade home shopping. We don't have anything else this Sunday, right? Or Saturday. Nope. Okay. And there it is. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. My voice
It's a
cracked.
button.
Horrible.
Button hit.